Your anxiety is not a cage, but a compass. It's trying to tell you something. And when many people feel that knot in their stomachs, like I did for many years when I was working as a paramedic, approaching things I didn't really fully understand, that feeling would come up. I'd feel it in every bone in my body. And everything would be trying to tell me to run. I get into that fight or flight mode that many people get into. But your anxiety is not a stop sign. In fact, it's actually a GPS. And in this video, I'll give you a little technique to really listen to what your anxiety is trying to tell you. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Your anxiety is simply misdirected energy. It's energy in motion. Think about all the emotions that you actually feel when the anxiety is coming up. And if you look at the word emotion itself, it's energy in motion, right? Emotion. You see, you have a bunch of thoughts and feelings that you produce probably millions of times a day. When these thoughts and emotions come together, they create this sort of feeling in your body, which radiates as a certain type of vibration. But when, especially, you're going into a situation that maybe there's missing pieces of information, or misdirection, or a misunderstanding even of what's actually happening, it can often come up as this feeling of anxiety. And many people, what do? We try and suppress it, shove it down. Medication can probably help with that temporarily, but then it only ends up rearing its head in some other ugly way. So what can you actually do, and what have I found helpful in situations where anxiety would come up, where I can get back to more of a grounded level state and really listen to what my body's trying to tell me? Your mind is trying to communicate something to your body. Your body is storing all this energy and information, and I've seen when anxiety gets bad enough, people start hyperventilating. It shows up as physical symptoms in their body, right? Well, the easiest thing to do in this situation is to drop into a state of relaxation and silence. Now, you might start to tell me, when I'm in the midst of a panic attack, how the hell am I supposed to relax? Well, it starts with, first of all, connecting with your breath. Because in that state, when you're going through a state of a panic attack, that I've seen, this was a very common call I even got as a paramedic. And people will be reaching for their medication. And I'd go through this exercise with them first. It's first to address the body through your breath. And you'll do a simple exercise called box breathing. It's simply this, and you may have heard of it. 3 seconds in, breathing slowly, holding your breath for 3 seconds, and then slowly 3 seconds out, and then holding, like no air in your lungs, but like holding that position for 3 seconds, and then starting again, taking a 3-second deep breath, and you'll find you'll slowly bring your breath back down to a normal rate of rhythm. And this works on many levels. On a physiological level with your body, it's actually restoring the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Because when you breathe really fast, you blow off a lot of carbon dioxide. And believe it or not, your body needs this balance. But on a mental level, it starts to ground your mind and get you out of this fear mentality, this flight or flight, what we call sympathetic response. And when you get out of this response, now you can be in a little bit more of a grounded state. You see, when you're in this state, you're completely disconnected from your intuitive mind, your higher parts of your mind that can often clearly communicate what this information is trying to tell you. And so once you get down into this state, you're a little bit more relaxed. Now tune into your body. And this is probably a moment where you might want to get away from everybody and be somewhere quiet by yourself. And in that state, you can sit there and feel where the tension is in your body. And simply bring attention to it like an observer. And as you bring attention to it, you'll begin to see that you slowly loosen up. You slowly begin to relax. And as you do that, you'll begin to go into a state of silence. And Eckhart Tolle really says something that's helped me a lot with dropping into this silent state. Because our monkey minds will go from thought to thought, consistently. And what he says, a phrase he says to himself is, what's my next thought going to be? He's now in the state of an observer. You are not your thoughts. You're not even your emotions. And you're most definitely not your anxiety. Your anxiety is only a GPS, a compass, guiding to where you need to be, guiding you to information that you might be missing in your life. And so when you're in the state of silence, when you begin to have no thought, even for a brief moment, sit there and ask your anxiety, what are you trying to tell me? Because your intuition knows exactly what it is. It knows exactly. And then listen. Because your intuition often gets drowned out when you're in a sympathetic flight or fight response. When you're in these lower level, I wouldn't even say lower level, but more activated states. And it'll tell you something. You'll hear it like a gentle whisper. It'll resonate with every part of your body. You'll feel even more relaxed at this point. And the next step is to really truly listen and take action on whatever you're intuitively feeling. Many of the times that anxiety has come up in my life is because I didn't trust what my intuition had to say. And again, I was reminded through an anxiety response. So my friend, your anxiety is not a stop sign. It's simply a GPS. It's trying to tell you something. And it's only our job to listen. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Until next time. Peace.